We are in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and we're about to head 110 kilometers directly east of here to a rural community around the town of Chacha. There, we're going to visit a program that helps families to become smallholder dairy farmers. My name is Bete Demeke, and I'm the president of Project Mercy, an international NGO working here in Ethiopia. We focus on rural community development. Now, imagine a rural family that has one cow, and that one cow gives less than 2 liters of milk a day. Well, that in itself is a problem, but it's even a bigger problem because the aim should be to give dairy products and milk to children every day, as well as to have enough left over to take products to the market to generate additional income to the small family. But with less than 2 liters of milk a day, which is not a hypothetical situation, there are families all around the rural communities of Ethiopia that are not achieving the basic needs of improved nutrition and opportunity for additional income. So the program we're going to see is one that aims to change the calculus. And changing the calculus starts with picking the right breed, which Project Mercy has chosen the Jersey breed. So we're introducing and propagating the Jersey breed in the rural community through a set of integrated programs to help small rural family farmers to become dairy farmers. We will stop on the way to take a break and set the stage for what the issues are that we're trying to address. We'll take off now, make a quick stop, and then we will arrive in Chacha for the rest of our virtual visit. See you soon. On the way to Chacha, we thought we'd stop and give you a chance to take a look at a typical scene on the Ethiopian countryside. And usually what happens is the farmers, the smallholder farmers in the area, they just release their animals in the morning, and herdsmen, usually young boys, would stay with this herd all day. And what you see, and phenotypically you can identify, is just the variety. And by the way, the bulls and the heifers and the cows are all mixed in the field. Ethiopia is said to be the country with the most number of heads of cattle in Africa. At 50 plus million, we have a large herd in this country. Within the country itself, there are some 31 different breeds. So it's against this backdrop we started the project in Chacha. Basically, our aim is to help improve dairy farming for these types of smallholder farmers. Welcome to Chacha. We're going to spend a little bit of time looking at what's happening here at the farm, our breeding programs, as well as breed propagation and education and support programs. And also we'll spend some time out in the field looking at the beneficiaries, the programs that specifically target the beneficiaries. And we'll wrap up by spending a little bit of time looking at some of the capabilities we're trying to build as it relates to managing this end-to-end operation. So let's get started. Earlier we touched on the environment in which we operate. Just to touch on some of the key points, Ethiopia has the largest cattle herd in Africa with over 50 million heads of cattle, 31 plus different breeds across the country. When we look at the smallholder farmer in terms of dairy farming and dairy farming practices and disciplines and breed management, relatively low levels of discipline. And the net effect of that we see in the production. As an example, The country average for Ethiopia is 1.64 liters of milk per day from an indigenous cow. So to combat this problem, what we at Project Mercy decided to do is to select 3 of the breeds that are considered to be the best in the country, the Borana, the Fogara, and the Bugite. I have the map of Ethiopia here in the background, and some of you, I think you probably know this already, but just to level set, the 3 breeds we talked about come from Borana, down here close to the Ethiopian-Kenyan border, and then the Fogara come from the far northwest part of Ethiopia. This is this is the Nile River, and that area is behind Lake Tana, which is the source of the mouth of the Blue Nile, and so they're contained within that. And then the Bugite come from very far north, right at the Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Sudan borders. One of the reasons for selecting these 3 breeds is they live in an area where there is a relative level of homogeneity. Once they're at this farm, we start the process, which is what we now call the nucleus herd, made up of these 3 Ethiopian breeds, will be crossbred to the Jersey. And then we wait for 18 months for the F1 to grow to be a very strong and healthy heifer. Then at 18 months, we crossbreed that F1 again with the Jersey. And then we keep that in-calf heifer here at the farm for 6 months. And it's only at that time and after the smallholder farmer families are trained, that they will take that 6-month in-calf heifer to the place that they have prepared in their home. Let me show you on the map where these heifers go when they leave the Chacha farm, but we'll definitely go out and see the beneficiaries out in the field. This is Chacha, and if you go back to the west, that will be heading to Addis, and then as you head to the east, that'll be going to Debre Brahan. We started the work right here in Chacha, and we started it with 7 qabeles or townships, and we've now expanded it to 14. The expansion to 14 qabeles is a part of the Phase 2 project, and that is in addition to deploying crossbred heifers from the farm to the smallholder farmers. It's also building the capability right in the community with AI technicians, as well as breeding bull stations. So with these 3 approaches, from the farm, we now have 153 families that have received a crossbred heifer, and they've been growing their herd through breed management. And in addition to that, we have now deployed 19 what we call community AI technical specialists to do basically 3 things. One is deliver AI service, 2 is deliver training, and 3 is track, by working with the local farmers, their milk production. With that, we've seen where the nucleus herd comes from. We've seen how we do the crossbreeding, at least the methodology here. You've seen now where they go, where they're deployed. So let's walk, see the farm, and then we'll go out to the community and look at how we do, first of all, promotion of the breed, and then expansion of the breed. So this is our nucleus herd. On this side are the Fogara, and this side are the Borana. As you can see, phenotypically, the Fogaras tend to have a lot of variety in their coat, and the Borenas are pretty consistent. And these are similar to the Borane that you see in Kenya down to Tanzania. And we'll keep walking this way until we get to the Bugites. These are the Bugites, again from the very far north of Ethiopia and that Eritrea and Sudan border. They've not been tried in this climate. It is rather arid there and more desert-like qualities. But here at 2,800, 2,900, roughly 9,000 plus feet environment, they seem to have adapted well. They're just starting to calf, so we're getting a new experience with their offspring, and we only have about 3 or 4 Jersey crosses from them that are still just yet growing, but we're very curious to see how well they will do. So these are the growing F1 heifers. As I mentioned earlier, we keep these growing heifers until they're 18 months. We wait 18 months, about 250 kg, 260 kg of body weight before we crossbreed them again with the Jersey. These are some combination of a Borana Jersey cross, a Fogara Jersey cross, or a Bugite Jersey cross. And now we'll go across to see what they look like when they are 18 months plus of age, and they've been crossed again to a Jersey before they go to the smallholder farmers. So basically this is the finished product. They're all over 18 months old. Some of them are in calf, and as we said earlier, we'll wait for 6 months and then they'll go to the smallholder farmer family. As I mentioned earlier, the average Ethiopian cow produces 1.64 liters of milk per day. From a recent survey we've done, these crossbreds produce as much as 8.7 liters of milk per day. And we know that there are farmer families that get a little bit lower, obviously, but also as much as 12 to 15 liters. So what we'll do now is go out to the field and actually take a look at how these beautiful heifers are performing for the smallholder farmer family. Okay, we are now at the home of one of our beneficiaries, and we're just going to tell you their story a little bit. This family, his name is Itagasu and his wife's name is Ballatu. They have 5 children. They live in this compound, and this Jersey Borana cross is the heifer at the time that they received from Project Mercy, and now they have 4 heads of cattle in this family, all offsprings of this Jersey Borana cross. And they will tell you their story, but in short, we understand that they get 9 liters of milk from this cow, and with that they've been able to get enough income, and they've expanded. In fact, they're just finishing up a new home. Furthermore, they've renovated the shed where their animals live. They've also added a few other animals to increase both their wealth and their health. So they have some sheep and they have chicken. Let them tell you their story, but this is the type of rural community smallholder farmer that we are working with and helping to become small dairy farmers.
በፕሮጀክት መርሲ የወሰድኩት አንድ ጊደር ናት። የ6 ወር እርጉዝ ሆና ነው የመጣችው። ከዛ አከታትላ 2 በሮች ወልዳልኛለች። አንዱ በሬ ያርሳል፣ አንዱ ገና ወይፈን ነው። 3 ወልዳልኛለች። አጠቃላይ እስከሷ 4 ሆነውልኛል። በሻዋ ያው የተወሰነ ማታ አንድ ጠዋት አንድ ነው የሚወጣት። ይቺ በጣም ልዩነት አላት። እንደውም በደንብ ምግብ እንደዚህ አረንጓዴ እጽዋት ምናምን ባለበት ሰዓት እስከ 9 ትሰጣለች። እስከ 9 ነው የምትሰጠው። ያው ደግሞ የአረንጓዴ እርጥባርጥቡ ሳር ባለበት ሰዓት 7 ትሰጣለች። በጣም ልዩነት አላት ከዚህ ከአበሻዋ ማለት ነው።
So a part of our work is to promote the Jersey breed, and we have to get the information out to the smallholder farmer. And this is market day in Chacha. Market day is that one day of the week where at least one person from every family comes to the market. They bring whatever it is that they have to sell, and then they buy from the market what they need and go home. So we take this opportunity to communicate the information that we have about the Jersey breed, how they can get access to genetics, information about their AI technicians, information about the bull stations that we want to share with them in a somewhat interesting format. And the follow-up is done back in the Kabele or the village where they live, because they take the contact number of the AI technicians, the farmers that have the bull stations. If they have questions, certainly they can come to the center to get answers. So we get them interested here, and then they go back to their village, and then we serve them there.
ጀርሲ የምትባል ላም ዝርያ ለማስተዋወቅ ነው። ለምንድነው የምናስተዋውቀው? አርብቶ አደሩ ጀርሲ የምትባለውን የላም ዝርያ አውቆ እንዲጠቀምባት ነው። ለምሳሌ አሁን አብዛኛው እዚህ አካባቢ አርብቶ አደር ይበዛል። አርብቶ አደር ቢበዛም የምንጠቀማቸው ላሞች እኛ ከልፋት ያለፈ ብዙ ምርት እያገኘንባቸው አይደለም።
We are here in the village of Chacha, and behind me is AI technician Fakadu. You saw earlier how we do promotion in the marketplace. That is really more mass promotion, and they get information as to who their AI technicians are, what services they can get from Project Mercy. But what you're seeing here, however, is how the AI technicians deliver training to the smallholder farmers. These AI technicians have 3 jobs. The first job is to respond to the calls from the smallholder farmers to come and deliver service. Their second job is to do exactly what they're doing here, which is to deliver training. In the marketplace, it's high-level information. Here is more specific, and some of them tailor it to their own area. And their third job is to at least 4 times a month have milk day recordings to track and see what progress we're making and what progress the smallholder farmers are making in terms of milk production. So one other thing that is important to say about these AI technicians is that they themselves are local farmers. So they live in the community. They have land, they farm just like everybody else, except they're trained and they are the AI technician that support and serve this community. So that's what you have here. One of the things we're trying to help address here is filling the gap in terms of professional and complete care for animals. So we are in the process. So the picture you're seeing is an architectural drawing of the new clinic, and behind the market in Chacha, the government has set aside land, and Project Mercy has agreed to build this clinic for the Warada, and we will work jointly with the government for them to staff it, as well as to supply and staff the clinic so that proper care can be delivered to smallholder farmers. To wrap up this rather packed virtual tour of Chacha and the programs here, I'd like to take a moment and turn our attention to the opportunities. And as I do that, I want to start by thanking the partners that are making this expansion possible. With the Jersey Overseas Aid Partnership, as well as the Royal Jersey Agriculture and Horticulture Society Partnership, and both of these organizations standing with us and creating the opportunity to tap into these possibilities, we are going to make significant difference in the lives of smallholder farmers. We'll be able to establish a known breed as the leading breed in this area. We'll be able to establish dairy farming practices for smallholder farmers. And we'll be able to take and codify the knowledge that we're creating here and be able to expand it and replicate it in other parts of Ethiopia, and also share it with other organizations that are interested in doing the same. And in order to do these things, there are two important capabilities that I'd like to mention that have been introduced into our work, again, because of these partnerships. The InterHerd Plus software from Reading University that we're now using has replaced our paper-based management system. We've gone through the conversions, and we're able to see trends more quickly. We're able to make management decisions more quickly and more clearly, and we're able to start to track our progress so we can see whether the changes we've made are affecting the outcomes that we're looking for. The other capability that's been made available to us is to actually genotype the Borana, the Fogara, and the Bugite, as well as the Jersey crosses of these three breeds. To our knowledge, this work has not been done across all three breeds in the way that this opportunity has given us to do. From it, we hope to learn some very, very important indicators. And we'd like to understand the genetics that would perform best, not only at this climate, but with the forage that's available here, and also with some of the common and seasonal illnesses that the animals have to withstand. So, in short, thank you for the opportunity. There is great possibility of transforming this area, and absolutely that knowledge could also be transferred to other parts to do something very similar. So we trust and hope you've enjoyed the visit, and we look forward to further dialogues. Thank you.